Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the MLB matches that are happening on Thursday, July 27, 2023. We will be providing our team and total picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. Our Patreon is a way for you to support our channel and help us improve our content. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Los Angeles Angels vs Detroit Tigers. The Angels won their most recent contest against the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 7-5. Luis Rengifo had 2 solo home runs on the day, and Shohei Ohtani added a solo shot of his own. Andrew Velazquez had a home run as well, and 3 other players recorded an RBI in a balanced defensive attack from the Angels. Tyler Anderson had a decent start, giving up 4 runs in 6 innings, while striking out 5 and walking 1. The bullpen was able to take care of the rest and stop the rally from Pittsburgh. Detroit took care of business in their latest game, defeating the San Francisco Giants by a score of 5-1. Kerry Carpenter and Zach Short had a pair of RBIs each, and Riley Green went 3 for 4 in the victory. Spencer Torkelson had the final RBI for the Tigers, and Jake Rogers added a pair of hits and a run scored to his tally. Tarik Skubal threw 5 shutout innings, striking out 9 and walking nobody in one of the best starts Detroit has had this season. Spencer Torkelson has the team lead in home runs and RBIs with 15 and 54, but Riley Green has the highest batting average on the squad at .309. Akil Baddoo has 27 walks and only 47 strikeouts on the year, while Riley Green has the highest OBP as well with a .375. Kerry Carpenter has the highest slugging percentage, .500, and OPS, .830 on the Tigers roster, and Zach McKinstry has 12 steals, while only being caught twice on the year. On the pitching side, Eduardo Rodriguez has established himself as the number 1 starter for the Tigers, with a 2.69 ERA in 14 outings. Rodriguez is the current strikeout leader with 88, and Alex Lang has saved 17 games out of 20 opportunities on the season. The Detroit Tigers and Los Angeles Angels are set to face off on Wednesday at Comerica Park. The Tigers have won their last 2 games, and they are playing with momentum at home. The Angels are not the same team away from home, and they have struggled on the road this season. I have more confidence in the Tigers in this matchup. Lorenzen has been pitching well in his last few starts, and I expect him to have a quality start against the Angels. Sandoval has had his struggles, but I still expect him to compete. I think this could be a close game, but I have faith in the Tigers pulling away with the win in the end. I recommend betting on the Tigers with a money line. Assuming the under isn't at 7.5 or lower, I will put my money on the under. These 2 starters have been solid in their past few starts. Sandoval had an ugly performance against the White Sox at the end of June, but he has given up 3 runs or less in 4 of his last 5 starts. Meanwhile, Lorenzen has surrendered 2 runs or less in 5 of his last 6 starts. Considering all the injuries to the lineup for the Angels and the Tigers scoring the 3rd lowest number of runs in the American League, I feel confident taking the under. The Tigers have scored 21 runs in their last 6 games, an average of 3.5 runs per game to top it off. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. Washington Nationals vs New York Mets. NL East division rivals will clash on Thursday night when the Washington Nationals travel to Citi Field to take on the New York Mets. The Nationals, 43-59, have won 6 of their last 10 games and are trying to climb out of the division cellar. On Wednesday, C.J. Abrams delivered a walk-off single to give Washington a 5-4 home victory. The Nationals rallied for 4 runs in the 9th inning. All-star righty Josiah Gray, 7-8 3.45 ERA, will take the mound for the Nationals in this matchup. Last time out, Gray allowed 4 hits and 1 run in 7 innings to lead Washington to a 10-1 home victory versus San Francisco. The New York Mets are a game above .500 at home and are running out of time to climb back into the NL wildcard race. Last night, New York went 0-for-5 with runners in scoring position and left 7 men on base during a 3-1 road loss against the New York Yankees. Espioze Quintana, 0-2, gave up 3 runs in 6 innings and took the loss for the Mets, 47-54, who are 7.5 games out of playoff contention. Our team pick is New York Mets win. The Mets will turn to all-star right-hander Kodai Senga, 7.5 3.27 ERA, in the series opener. Through 99 innings of work, Senga has given up 11 home runs and struck out 125 batters while posting a respectable 1.26 whip. New York of Starling Marte, migraines, has started doing baseball activities and could return this weekend. Through 102 games, Washington ranks 17th in OPS and 22nd in runs scored. For the season, New York ranks 18th in OPS and 19th in runs scored. Take the over. Chicago Cubs vs St. Louis Cardinals. In Thursday night MLB action, the Chicago Cubs will invade Busch Stadium to square off against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cubs, 50-51, are riding a 5-game winning streak and trail NL Central Division, leading Milwaukee by 6 full games. Last night, Cody Bellinger and Ian Happ hit solo shots during the 8th inning of a 10-7 road victory against the Chicago White Sox. 28-year-old southpaw Justin Steele, 10.3 2.95 ERA, has quietly developed into one of the best left-handed pitchers in baseball. In his last start, Steele, 6.1 IP, allowed 2 runs and fanned 9 batters during a 4-3 home victory versus St. Louis. St. Louis SS Tommy Edman, wrist, has been taking live at-bats and could return to the lineup this weekend. Through 101 games, Chicago ranks 12th in ops and 10th in runs scored. For the season, St. Louis ranks 7th in ops and 11th in runs scored. Take the Cubs to win on the road. Our team pick is Chicago Cubs win. The St. Louis Cardinals have won 6 of their last 10 games and are running out of time to climb back into the NL Central Division race. On Thursday, 2B Nolan Gorman homered twice and drove in 3 runs to power St. Louis to an 11-7 road triumph against Arizona. All-Star 1B Paul Goldschmidt added his 18th home run of the season for the Cardinals, 46-57, who improved to 24-31 on the road. The Cardinals will counter with 34-year-old righty Miles McCollough's 6.54 4.33 ERA in the series opener. Last time out, McCollough's 5 IP surrendered 11 hits and 5 runs during an 8-6 road loss against Chicago. Our total pick is over. Cleveland Guardians vs Chicago White Sox. Guaranteed Rate Field will play host to a Thursday night AL Central Division matchup between the Cleveland Guardians and the Chicago White Sox. The Guardians, 51-51, have won consecutive games and trail first-place Minnesota by 2 full games. On Thursday, All-Star Jose Ramirez clubbed 2 long balls and scored 3 times to spark Cleveland to an 8-3 home victory versus lowly Kansas City. Rookie right-hander Tanner Bybee, 6.23 3.04 ERA, will make his 16th career Major League start. The Guardians have won 4 of Bybee's previous 5 starts, and he has allowed just 5 runs, 4 across his last 29-plus frames. The Chicago White Sox are in the midst of a 5-game losing streak and will be forced into being sellers at next week's trade deadline. Last night, SP Lance Lynn, 6-10, was tagged for 7 runs and lasted just 4+ innings during a 10-7 home loss versus the Chicago Cubs. DH Eloy Jimenez had 2 hits and drove in 4 runs for the White Sox 41-62, who fell to 21-27 at home. Our team pick is Chicago White Sox win. 27-year-old righty Dylan Cease, 4.34 4.04 ERA, will head to the hill for the White Sox in this contest. Though 113+ innings, Cease has given up 12 home runs and struck out 138 batters, while posting a respectable 1.31 whip. Cleveland SP Shane Bieber has been diagnosed with right elbow inflammation and has been transferred to the 60-day injured list. Through 102 games, Cleveland ranks 24th in ops and 24th in runs scored. For the season, Chicago ranks 27th in ops and 23rd in runs scored. Take the under.